Hey guys, so I want to talk about the election of Tom Perez as the DNC chair defeating Keith Ellison, and why this is, to me, more evidence of the Democratic Party just not getting it. Because Tom Perez was backed by the sort of Clinton and Obama wings of the party. And, he's a corporate loyalist, and he said the primary was rigged and then backed off and didn't, like literally tweeted it and then pulled down the tweets. And the Democratic Party, as I've talked about in videos, they're not getting it. And people have said, Tom Perez and Nancy Pelosi, they're great at fundraising. Yeah, from giant corporations. And look at this. Hillary completely outfunded Trump, completely outfunded him, and lost. The Democrats have lost the House, they've lost the Senate, and they're outfunding everybody, and it doesn't matter because they keep going to the corporate thing. It's insane. Like, I was watching an episode of the Jimmy Dore show, and he brings up a great point, which is, it seems almost like the Democratic Party would rather lose to Republicans than let progressives take over and run their party. It's unbelievable to me. And I got into some, discussions and debates and even outright fights with people on Twitter on Saturday about this, and because they're like, oh, is Keith Ellison your guy? And I said, no, it wasn't that Keith Ellison isn't my guy. That's the problem that we're having, is everybody's still caught up in this team thing. Like, and to say that to me, here's what's so ridiculous about that. It's like, oh, you're just mad that your guy Keith Ellison lost, or your guy Bernie lost. But that's the same crap that Trump supporters are saying. Oh, you're just mad that Hillary lost. Get over it. Like it's a football game. Like, oh, you Atlanta Falcons fans, you could have won the Super Bowl, but you didn't. Get over it. This isn't a football game. And it's not about teams. It's about the Democratic Party keeps making the same mistakes over and over. And look at how they had to vote again. Look what they did to Keith Ellison. He's a black man. He's the first ever openly, it's like almost like got to keep it hidden, but he's the first ever Muslim person elected to Congress. It's the first ever. And what happened when it became close, he got all of this stuff about saying he was an anti-Semite and the Anti-Defamation League. Now wait a minute. Like, he said Palestine needs its own. He's in favor of a two-state between Palestine and Israel. He's even helped raise and give money to pro-Israel things, but the smear tactic that went out to go after him was just like unbelievable. And this is endemic of the problem. It's like they reelected Pelosi. There was this young progressive guy they could have gotten, and they went with Pelosi. Even if they didn't want to go with Keith Ellison, there was that young guy, I think Sam Ronan. He was this like millennial kid that was running for the DNC chair, and he's at one of the meetings. There's video, and there are all these Keith Ellison and Perez and all these people in suits and everything, and he's dressed like I am. Why didn't they go for that guy? Why didn't they show like we're the party of we can learn from our mistakes and change? They're doing the same thing, and the Republicans are doing backflips. Great, Perez, more their corporate Democrats. They're so easily beatable, and it's just so frustrating. And one guy was arguing with me. He's like, look, if Hillary was in office, there wouldn't be the Muslim ban, there wouldn't be the wall and the mass deportations and rights, threatening rights against LBGT, which is absolutely true. That stuff's all true, and that is true. If Hillary was in office, there would not be this Muslim travel ban. There would not be a wall. There would not be mass deportations, but there would be some. Obama deported about 250,000 people. Now he was deporting apparently the people with criminal records. And I get all that, and I'm not demeaning those things. And this guy was all mad at me, and he's like, you white privilege. I was like, stop talking to me like I'm a Trumper. That's that's an issue here. And it's in that one video I did that that Chris Hedges talks about, and even I found this guy Dave Rubin that has a YouTube channel, is if I'm critical of the Democratic Party and the mistakes that they're making, I'm saying this as a liberal progressive, and I'm automatically lumped into this out of touch white male dude that doesn't get it. I see what Trump is doing, and I've posted numerous things on this channel about all of the awful reasons and what he's doing with the travel ban. But my point is, Trump is evil. He's doing evil things. And the Democratic Party, they're not, they don't have our best interests. Sure, they helped. Yes, they got, Obama passed gay marriage. That was a big moment. But then what else has he done? I mean, in terms of like, has he helped the inner cities? Not really. Did he help working class people? Not really. Did he? And then, as I've talked about, he's pulled us out of Iraq and Afghanistan, but he's just drone striking people constantly. And we can't keep playing this game. That's the other thing. Had Hillary been elected, there wouldn't be people showing up in droves at town hall meetings, getting pissed off about cabinet nominations, and asking politicians, like, what are you going to do? Would they be holding, the Democrats accountable as much as they are now? Probably not. And this is the thing, the Democratic Party, it's not just some just team. It didn't just happen. This has been going on for decades. It's like a 4-decade thing that's been going down. The corporate state has just taken over both parties. And if you think, and the Democrats just do these little things, they pass these little social measures, and we all go, yay, the liberals, it's the liberal stuff. But then look what they're doing behind the scenes. There would all this stuff that, like, Obama didn't prosecute any of the banking people. I mean, and it's unbelievable to me. And the fact that I can't be critical of this, look, I voted for Obama in 2008 and 2012. In 2008, I volunteered for his campaign. I was so broke. I was having such trouble finding. I gave my last $10 to his campaign. I went to this house in Venice Beach and made phone calls in swing states because I was like, I can't have Sarah Palin come near the White House, let alone John McCain. And so I'm not going to just give Obama a pass because he's my guy. That's bullshit. Again, this isn't the NFL. This is a democracy. If anything, the person I vote for, I should hold that person more accountable. And when he said he was going to clean up the corporatization and all this stuff, and then he gives the Wall Street assholes a free pass, he didn't arrest one single one of these people. I've talked about on this show. It's unfucking believable. I know the Republicans are going to do their evil, greedy, deregulatory bullshit, but then the Democrats do the same fucking crap. And I'm not going to just say, yay. And all these people like, Graham, we got to all hands on deck. We all got to get together. I'm like, yeah, all hands on deck, but not through the Democratic Party if they're going to keep fucking doing this. The resistance is going to come from showing up in droves at town hall meetings. That's what it means. It means voting out fake liberal Democrats. It means people like Dianne Feinstein, who are in my state, who said yes to Mike Pompeo in favor of pro-torture. I'm voting her out. This is the thing. And people are like, oh, we can't just blow up the Democratic Party. No, I'm not saying blow it up. I'm saying we gotta overhaul it a lot. We gotta get actual liberal progressives in there. And then I hear all this like, we can't have, the third party votes play into the GOP. Man, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? If you're going to sit there and accuse the Republicans of voter suppression, which they do, and then you're going to say don't vote for a third party, we need to be all pro-democracy, not pro-team, pro-party. We need to be pro-democracy. We need to overhaul the whole election system. And keep letting corporate Democrats run that fucking party is not the solution. This makes me so goddamn mad. The left needs to wake up. That's what this show is mainly about. I'm talking to the left because most of the Trump people don't want to hear anything. They want to just believe this fake news thing, and they don't want to listen to anything at all. So you on the left need to wake the fuck up. If you're like, I talked to one friend of mine who's liberal, was like, shame on Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. What? It's Jill Stein and Gary Johnson's fault that Hillary didn't campaign in fucking Wisconsin? and Michigan, and she just campaigned what, in like Florida and Ohio, and like, shut up. Stop putting faith in this fake fucking Democratic Party. They're not the saviors. If you can vote some real progressives in there, maybe the party will start to wake up. Maybe in 2018, you vote some of these old line corporate Democrats out and replace them with progressives. Maybe then the Democratic Party will wake the fuck up, but I don't see it happening. They haven't done anything. They haven't made any drastic course correction since getting crushed in this last election. And they seem to be content with just getting crushed. So I'm a liberal progressive, but I am not a Democrat, and that's why.